Okay, welcome back. This is the full game. Well, for the most part, it is a early access, as you can see. Yeah, early access. Sorry, I didn't have the screen clicked, but it is an early access, so the game's not fully here, but get more farther in the game than I could with the other video. So this is me coming back. I'm gonna try and do every day. It's not a guarantee. Definitely, the weekends will be definitely a video. So we're gonna see how good I can do. See if people start enjoying my content. And let's get started. I'm probably gonna just do like maybe 20 minutes or a day or however long this will be. I don't know. Think of a name. Could just do, I don't know. Could just do something random. Flibbers? I don't know. Flibbers. I don't know. Let's just go with this. Okay. Make that capital? Yeah, I can make it capital. Don't know what that stands for. Don't know what it means. Top of my head. Going random. And let's do some 20 minutes. Full game for the most part. Let's see if we can do pretty good. Yeah. It'll play out just like the pretty cool, but it's the full game now.
Listen, now I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught
Still don't know why why janitor's getting placed with this,
don't
but
worry, it's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you.
who
First,
knows?
I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens.
Already doing
look up
it.
at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen.
Gotcha.
That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left.
Yep.
Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time.
You say that now,
have a look to your left.
and then I end up messing something up. Oh yeah, left.
These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got
Turn
the
the
power
fan
on,
on.
face the
Why
front
not?
again. You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us.
Yep.
Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain.
Say that now.
Right, okay,
There
they're
it
over,
is.
so we haven't got long now till the broadcast. Right, quickly, mate, look down under the desk.
Gotcha.
You can see a
Getting
load
there.
of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done
Let's go with
that, look up to the front
exercise. Let's go with the crazy meal. And let's go with Alan James.
again. You should be getting a signal from the studio soon.
Here's hoping. It'll happen.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know,
Gotcha.
seafood makes me go out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show
10
love.
They're trying to
seconds.
kill you.
And yet you persist. Going 5, 4.
3, 2, 1.
Good evening. I'm
evening.
Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay,
Moving on
all
up.
good.
The election
Next
Gotcha.
is going to be the throw of the news titles on screen too. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count
Yeah.
you in as well. Just relax,
Okay.
mate. It's all gravy.
You say relax, but
independent and corners the Florida
know.
market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere.
think I should be
celebrate
worried
as
'cause
popular footballer
my
Johnny
janitor
Hamsey wins sports personality
shouldn't
of the
really
year.
be doing
And
this.
a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going
Pretty
live to
sure he
party
should be
headquarters
medicated.
to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic.
Right. Button
That's all
two
coming up on
in
tonight.
3.
National
2,
News.
1, now.
Lovely, mate.
Got it.
Next thing is the throwback to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Gotcha. Full game. Let's see. See how much different this is.
Here it comes. Switch to screen 1.
Now.
Lovely, mate.
Yeah.
The votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide
Listen, mate. We often get a bit of interference around this time of
Oh
night.
yeah,
So
that's
keep
right.
your eye on the machine on the bottom right. You can move
Gotcha.
that white dot up and down, avoiding the interference using the yellow knob or your scroll wheel.
of a severe
Gotcha.
lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's
Think I need to worry about too much
but
more.
have yet to appear publicly.
Right,
However,
it's going well. All you've got to do
So
now
I'll
is
just
play
look at
the
this.
advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want. I'll count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
we'll be going live to
Keeping
Advance HQ to hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3,
That's all coming
2, 1,
1, advert.
now.
1 minute back, everybody.
Jeremy, I need you to fill up to the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Oh,
Thought I'd ask him about the election.
personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
Any big words?
Same policy we use with you.
I thought that was our little secret.
He doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Me too.
Really.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break.
What?
You're doing great, mate. But
The
this is where it
morning
starts getting
yawn.
a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence because you're going to be
That
cutting
ad's
between
weird.
multiple cameras to keep things
Which one was that?
interesting.
Exercise
It's
with
down to personal
ham
taste,
shell.
but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1.
Slugs.
Try and keep the shot on
Slugs.
whoever is doing the talking.
Ham
2.
sleeves.
Don't stay
Ham
on stage
sleeves,
for too
yeah.
long. 10 seconds
we
at
go.
most. So if you're on the person
Ah,
who's talking,
guess I'm
try and
supposed to be
throw in the
listening
odd
to you.
reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it
Wasn't
interesting.
listening.
3.
Alan
Stay on
James.
reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is
Crazy
usually
Neil's
enough.
pretty
Then
fun.
The audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as
I
complicated
guess.
as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those.
You
Might as
say
well get
that,
screen
but
1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Yep.
Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much. But
10 seconds, everybody.
They're looking like they have so much fun.
Getting 5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first off,
Ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
Megan Wolf
Gotcha.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan,
thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
Swear
The
he looked the other way.
Screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other
Gotcha.
than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among
Switch to 2 for the wide now.
May I say
Gotcha.
having you here with us is among ours.
Right,
Oh,
now
he just
try and
left.
stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
the medicated. Yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on several movies, all
Thunder
terribly
Twat.
successful. I said to Peter, "What a wild ride this has been."
Oh, wild ride this has been.
That is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is
Yeah.
quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember
Yeah,
that was the
played
true
this before.
story of one soldier's fight for
Basically
a love
the
that
same.
surpasses all. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what
He's
is it then
lying.
that drives you?
It is for the awards.
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you,
He's lying.
I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience.
Yep.
I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire. I do it for the little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
He hasn't
And
said much.
today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But, I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
I got it.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the
From
break.
Medicated, which opens next week.
I tried to get it,
Swap the
but
shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lods Hemlock, is faced with a
Gotcha.
decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
ooh, saw that.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Oops.
Watch out for that interference, mate.
Yep. Already got ahead of it.
I don't understand it.
Oh, looks like Blunderclatch is losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but don't switch to it now.
Oh,
You
why
go
not?
to the archive when the broadcast's done. We keep everything.
don't know that.
Okay.
No,
Well then.
we mustn't.
Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Well, that's rude.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
I'm gonna change the world, you know? Don't I listen to you?
Dr. Hemlock.
Told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor.
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
Drowning.
To see this.
No, it's all too
Need
late.
to see this.
Look at this.
It's a cake.
The virus.
Aw, I got it wrong.
The sterility.
It's okay. Cake's a lie anyway.
This photograph. This is the key.
Key.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad. Remember to use the clock at the top to count you in.
Gotcha.
If we should.
Meow. 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 Ooh. Ooh. Now.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words.
Got
As
it a
you
little bit.
probably notice, the broadcast screen here is about 2 seconds behind the master screen here.
Yeah.
When someone says a naughty word, the bleep
Yeah.
button lights up like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button or the spacebar on your keyboard for as long
Gotcha.
as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at
Yeah.
once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you've got to do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear.
But
Most people like to have the volume of the
I'm
broadcast screen
just
a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now.
This is a crazy deal with meal appeal. You don't want no lame ass chair. You want
Mate, if you don't turn up the broadcast volume, you won't be able to time your bleeps.
But I did.
Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
crazy deals.
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
Yep.
Seriously, Fabulous.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I'm
Welcome
told we
back.
can now go live to advance headquarters. I'm told we can now where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance.
Like super concentrating right now.
Cut to the outside broadcast.
Go for it, Pat.
Shall I start?
Get ready,
Go
mate.
for it, Pat.
Thank you all for coming, and well, thank you all
where
for
do
coming.
I start?
And, well, what a
Where
day!
do I start?
They said we
What
couldn't
a
do
day.
it.
They
certainly
said
we
couldn't
couldn't
do
do
it.
it. Every
They
dirty,
certainly
low-down,
couldn't.
lying
Every
southern
dirty,
bastard
low-down,
trick
lying
like that against
southern
southern
For you,
trick like that
the
against
people,
Nice.
You
you,
saw right
the
through
people.
there, Jack. You
I'm
right
sorry about the
through
language there. I'm sorry about the
I've had a
language
couple
there.
of celebrations. Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations.
Coarser than the ground is funny. Coarser than the ground
Memorably
is
put.
funny.
Memorably put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Who can blame Peter
Throughout the
for
campaign,
celebrating?
you've
heard us say that
Throughout the
advance are
campaign,
not
you've
a
heard us
political
say
party.
that
Advance are not
a
a
party is
political
what you
party.
have when
things are going well.
A party is what you have
when
when the
things are
country
going
is
well.
suffering.
You don't need a party.
When the country is suffering,
You need
you
a
don't need a
team.
party.
A team that can change things. A team that can change. But today is day one of a new
But today
future.
is day one
a
of
better,
a new future.
fairer future.
A better,
So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the
perhaps we should all
rich.
be celebrating.
For them the party's over. They shouldn't
For
be
them, the
celebrating.
party's over. They shouldn't
be
be
putting their
celebrating.
shitting pants on and up in their dusty checkbooks. Pants on and up
Again,
in their dusty checkbooks.
But
Again,
not
colourful
inaccurate, but not
Before
we came out here to address the nation,
Before we
used
came
our
out here to
executive
address the
powers
nation, we used
to pass
our
the
executive
Assets and
powers
Wealth Act.
to pass the
Working with the
Assets and
Wealth
Wealth
Office,
Act.
we have produced a
Working with the
tax
Tax
office
Office,
of
Try
every
to-
person in the country.
Try and get it.
Every person in the
You.
country.
Yeah.
Or probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their community. Are not welcome in their
Tomorrow
gated
we will be
community.
introducing a sweeping
Tomorrow
reform
we
of
will
the
be
tax
introducing
system
a
in this
sweeping
country.
reform of the tax
No more
Trying
hiding
not to
wealth
look.
offshore. No
No more hiding
trust
wealth
funds or
offshore.
creative
Really trying not
accounting.
to look.
Trust funds or
simpler,
creative accounting.
fairer,
Unavoidable set of
fairer,
tax.
unavoidable
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to hide. We revoked your passport. We revoked your passport. You want to leave like you threatened before the election. That's fine. Before the election. That's fine. You're gonna pay first. You're gonna pay up.
Advance are going to turn this country from a
Advance
nation
are
of
going to
warring
turn this
individuals
country from a nation
into
of
a
warring
team.
individuals
to properly
into a
fund
team.
health and education.
To properly fund
to raise
health
the
and
living
education.
standards of us
To
all.
raise the
The
living standards
pundits
of us
said we'd
all.
have to raise billions. We'd have to raise you'll see when billions. We've reclaimed what's you'll ours. See when we've that's reclaimed what's ours. That's absolute. So to you posh twats.
The people who pay your pittance to serve
The people
drinks
who
in
pay
their
your
private
pittance
clubs.
to serve
Yeah.
the people
Yay.
whose
Their
children
private
you
clubs.
raise.
The people
So
whose
they've got
children
time to
you
get even.
raise.
So they've got time to get
Advance
even.
have this to say to you.
richer.
Advance
I
have this
can't do
to
it.
say to
Today.
you. We
It
are
ends
coming for your
today.
sports cars
Give
and
me
your
your
mansions
sports
and your
cars
cars and
It
your
ends
mansions and
today.
your vineyards.
It
We will
ends
put the wealth
today.
of this country back
We
where
will
it should
put
have
the wealth
always
of this
been.
country back
In the
where it should
hands
have
of the
always
people
been.
who created it. In the hands of
ends
the people who created it.
Today. It ends.
Yes. It
Today.
ends today.
It ends
And tomorrow
today.
we'll start making
And
it fair
tomorrow
again. We'll start
just
making it
like we
fair again.
promised
we would.
And until
like we
then,
promised
ladies
we
and
would.
gents, and until then, ladies and
suggest
gents,
we all get pissed.
I can't
I
argue
suggest
with
we all
that.
get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well,
Oops.
interesting acceptance speech there. Interesting acceptance speech and our apologies for the fruity language. And our apologies for the fruity language. Out for you in time. Hopefully we got that out for you in time. Someone's going to be in trouble. If not, someone's going to
I
be
hope
in.
not.
So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. That's all from us this evening. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under with full coverage of the first day. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably
What do you
won't
mean?
be coming back. Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
Boring politics, then.
This is some weird.
All I do is clean.
Dying now.
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Not coming for a drink?
No, got a date.
Try not to get murdered.
Well, that's nice to say. Oh, I got an A. Oh, that's terrible.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
All right, mate, I've left you a voicemail. I thought you'd end up here. Most people come into the archive room when they're done with a broadcast. That
But
way you can
you
see
kinda
what you
just
did and how it looked
threw
to the
me in.
public. As you can see, there's 3 sections to the archive. Broadcasts, that's what you've put out. Rushes, which is all the stuff that was on all the screens. And
Gotcha.
adverts, which is any advert that you've chosen to show. So let's have a
Gotcha.
look at the broadcasts. Okay, on the left you can see all the broadcasts that you've done. You can also get to hear from the main menu if you don't actually want to do a broadcast, you just want to see some of your past work.
Gotcha.
Select any of those and click load tape. Why not watch what you just did? When you're done, hit back.
Why would I want to do that?
Well, in a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's National Nightly News. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on tonight on Channel 1. At 7
Can I,
o'clock,
like,
it's the semi-final of the
forward?
quotation game, and it's a nail-biting quiz tonight as a team of nuclear physicists take on 4 old ladies from East Grinching.
What?
That's followed at 8 p.m. by award-winning documentary series The Shape of Now, which tonight looks at the history of the knee-length sock and its importance during the Great Blackouts of 1871. Not one to miss. At 9 p.m, sit back and relax with multiple award-winning movie The Freedom of Being Colin, taking us all
What?
the way up to 11:15, where, as usual, Dr. Adrian Atkinson Blimey will be grilling his guests in Incisors, and tonight sees a return for leading economist Katie Brightman. Finally, at midnight, it's the National Weather Report, before we say good night until tomorrow. But now, it's
Okay.
time to join Jeremy Donaldson for the National Nightly News.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight. Moving on up, the election win that experts said just couldn't happen. Hopeful or hostile.
Wish I could
Controversy
scroll
as global
forward
mega corporation Remington's Fist
or
buys
something.
Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hams leaves with
not gonna
Sports
watch it
Personality
again.
of the Year. And a spoonful of
hoping
sugar.
to go
Megan will be chatting with movie star
scroll
Lawrence
forward.
Bunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance Headquarters.
Right,
go back.
click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Okay,
Getting there.
these 4 screens, they're exactly the same as the 4 screens that feed you the studio signal when you're doing the actual news. Of course, the difference here is you can mute any screen you like or any combination of screens and you can have a listen to what was going on behind the scenes. Just
Gotcha.
select any segment, that's any bit between ad breaks over on the left, and hit play. When you're done checking out the backstage secrets, hit back.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know seafood makes me come out in pustules.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10.
No, actually, I wanted to watch this one.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
But this gives me nothing, Jenny. They must see that.
I know. I think they think you won't have anything to say.
Oh, for God's sake, come on. It's a huge day. It's not an...
Absolute bonehead. I don't care, Rob. I'm not doing it. I agreed to do one beastly interview a day. I made that completely clear when we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off.
Oh, that's
You're on
nice.
thin bloody ice, Rob. Whole wheat, man. Whole wheat.
We're
What are
coming
you
back
worried
from the
about?
break. Quiet in the studio.
Holy.
Thank you so much for...
10 seconds, everybody.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Counting in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance, but first our very own culture reporter Megan Wolf is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare to the Shotbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear. I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among the greatest joys of my life.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Bless you.
So you've just finished filming your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Wrap.
We're really interested.
Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap. He really is. I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right.
I
A
really
scientist.
do wish I could
Was
skip
that a
forward.
challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards.
Bullshit.
Although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
Oh, that is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer.
Yeah.
Like you, I'm afraid.
Are you?
Cut me, and I will bleed. And often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire, the little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well.
Come on.
Well, now you're asking.
Just wanna
Historic
see what
election
he
result.
said.
Indeed. Historic is the word. Well,
Just go watch this
difficult,
film.
isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite
Oh,
clear
oh.
that when it comes to
Sorry.
politics,
Not
that
the
one
yawn.
should always strive to not fuck things up.
Yes,
listen.
well...
Sorry, I said fuck.
No.
Is that, I'm really apologize.
Well,
Sorry.
Lawrence, I believe you brought in a clip from The Medicated, which opens next week around the country. Lawrence, do tell us what's going on here.
I'd be delighted. This is a really pivotal scene where my character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Okay.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
And we're out.
Rob, get the car. We're out of here.
Mr. Blunderclatch.
No! I'm shutting this down. What kind of operation are you people running?
Mr. Blunderclatch, I understand you're upset, but we can...
Upset? You don't know the half of it. Rob! I'll be at the Dorset. Send up a bottle of scotch and a whole ham. It's in my contract.
A whole ham.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just had to. I had to. Oh, go on then. Say it.
What?
I told you so.
Your hair looked nice.
See, this is why you're single.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch those. So, that is first episode for me of Not for Broadcast. I will see you in the next video where I continue on. Goodbye.